Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, that's right. When you participants of any energy topic must exhibit some energy. So it's important that you remain energetic. Then only you will do justice to any discussion on energy. We have had a wonderful session in this 2 days deliberations here, touching upon the most important aspects where we are not really paying enough attention. For example, water. We do not know and we have not really recognized the value of water even now. And I think it's coming time only you will realize that water is a vital resource, critical resource, and needs to be handled with care actually. And the utmost kind of a judicious use has to be taken. In terms of waste to water, I think it will be excellent to really see the definition. There's nothing waste as such as waste. Everything has a value. And I know few countries, who have been using this waste to power for years, decades actually. A small country, I was talking to Mr. Razdan as a power secretary here. A small country, Taiwan, I visited, and there were about almost 10 plants, waste to power generation, and they are operating for decades, ranging from a small quantity of 1 megawatt to almost about 12-15 megawatt. And this contributing to almost about 10 to 15% of the country's needs. And I see that why can't we do here in our country here? I think we need to create those systems, procedures to really use this waste as a resource there actually. We should also recognize, and there should be some takeaways from this conference, and we must ponder that world is moving towards a cleaner environment, a cleaner energy source. Energy sector has been and is very critical because it is considered as the most polluting industry, and therefore we need to pay much more attention that the way we use energy, the source that we use as energy is cleaner and better. So the issues are energy in the future cleaner, affordable, available, that is that security of supply should be there, and of course in a form that is easier to use actually. There are resources which are there, but you can't really easy to use. So that should be for humanity easy to use. These are to my mind, are important things. And we also see a tremendous shift towards cleaner energy sources. And there are several studies that have pointed out, and they are all converging. They use different parameters, different benchmarks, but all of them are converging that by 2050, the energy mix, if you see, would be almost about 50% fossil and 50% clean energy. So I think this shift is irreversible. Several parts of the world like Europe and all have moved ahead quite a bit with clear benchmarks and milestones to be achieved. We also have in our country targets like 2047 as the net zero. But then how do you reach that net zero is important. The nationally distributed commitments, the NCDs that we call it, are very important on that. And I think we are moving on towards that. So it's a shift from oil and gas to cleaner bio, renewable fuels, and also like hydrogen. There is also a dramatic reduction in the coal and oil, and at the same time dramatic emergence of solar and wind worldwide. There are countries where more than 50% power actually comes in the form of renewables there. And therefore it's very important that what we are doing in the country, and what as a company you are doing, and what your individual you should be doing actually. That's very important. So you should really try to find your contribution as individual and the company's contribution to this thing. One of the areas that is very important for countries is that we are bestowed with huge quantity, huge resources of coal. Can we use coal in a cleaner way? In fact, I was waiting for Mr. Gurdeep Singh, who could not come in the valedictory here, but there are companies now who are using, who are generating power based on coal, are slowly moving towards coal gasification. And this coal gasification is much cleaner than the direct burning of coal. You get about 15% plus kind of less emissions there. And then if you can apply other technologies along with that, like CCUS, then you can really do in a much cleaner way. If we can use Indian coal in a cleaner way, this could be one solution for India. Ministry of Coal has come out with mission, coal gasification mission, where about 100 million ton of coal has been set aside for allocation for gasification only by 2030. Also, the ministry has come out with viability gap funding to really put up projects there, and I think about 8 projects, including 3 R&D projects, have been approved, awarded with VGF funding. So we, in the next couple of years' time, we will surely see a lot of progress in terms of how we can use coal in a cleaner way in the country. And that's, if that is there, then perhaps we will have one energy source available, cleaner source available for country. Also, the biomass gasification along with that is also a topic of a lot of research, industrial research in US, where we found that new emerging processes like electrolysis without electricity, new emerging technologies, combining electrolysis with gasification to enhance your production by almost 50% more on certain targeted products. These are the emerging things, emerging technologies, processes, and I'm sure some of the companies in the Indian context also are doing it. The another trend which is very clear in the world is that energy is being consumed more and more in the form of electricity. And this trend is also very, very visible, and the indications are, the projections are that by 2050, almost more than 1/3 of the energy will be consumed worldwide in the form of electricity. So I think we need to really see that electricity usage as energy is more efficient, and therefore it is again a trend which I'm sure India will also be doing. So there are many things that we have discussed. There was a session on hydrogen. There are many challenges in hydrogen, but then it is the cleanest form of fuel that is available today, and the new developments in the form of emerging technologies, better electrolyzers, or that, what I say, that solid oxide processes which does not require anything else, is again electrolysis without electricity are the processes being used for production of hydrogen. And I'm told that 1 ton of per day hydrogen plant would be commissioned anytime now in US based on this technology. And this year they are going to market as a commercial way of using this technology for hydrogen production, which is new production, which does not use power. So it's the cost, one of the cost elements is reduced there. So I'm sure these kind of new emerging technologies and what we have shared in the different sessions would make each delegate more richer, and there would be definite takeaways there. We look forward to your participation again, and I would like to only compliment Dr. Garg for continually organizing such vital, important conferences in this thing. Thank you very much.